Let's move to Mavericks Clippers. I already pulled the trigger on the first half, -3.5 and -115. And I came very, very close to pulling the trigger on the first quarter at -2.5. Let's see what that is right now. I decided not to. Still at 2.5. The first half is now at 4. So we beat that market move. And then am I seriously going to sit here and say, oh, watch me pick the right time for Paul George to go off? So Paul George player props, when I was thinking about betting it, we're at 20 points. We're at 23.5. It was -115 to the over, -125 to the under. Well, the under is getting hammered. It's now 22.5. Dutch Boy Fresh says first quarter looks good to me. It does, but 2.5 points is just a little much. You know what I'd even prefer the race to 10 a little bit more. Chris Smith says Dallas team total over easy. Dennis Garcia says I wanted to take Doncic props under but didn't have the heart to. And Maceo saying Kristaps is out. So Maceo letting us know that that's official. Kristaps out, 7'3". So now I think that because it's playoff time and so much is at stake, we probably want to wait. And it is. Trot Wham in the house saying KP is out against Clippers. Okay. Quick question about what the Hardaway prop is. Tim Hardaway is at 16.5 points. He's looked very good. MHP says if Porzingis is out, Curry and Hardaway will eat. Lillian Pumpernickel says he was out last game and Mav still stepped up. No doubt about it. Tori Coker says Dallas has made a fool out of Paul George and the Clippers. Paul George scored over 30. My thought process was we all watched Kawhi switch off of Luka for that dagger 3. Why did he do that? He's probably asking himself that same question. I expect him to be expending a lot of energy defending Luka in this game. If he does, Paul George has to be the guy that eats. But he's not hitting baskets, and he's in his head about it. Yeah, Jin Rummy. It is a long show. Odds lets us do what we want to do. So, thank you for enjoying it, Jin Rummy, my man. Nate Shawhammer says Clippers pound the paint. Total flies under. Dennis Garcia said think entire Clippers plan is to double Luka and make someone else beat them. Jason Folk says George is getting looks. He's not hitting much. Probably better to wait until next series. So I was betting overs in this series and cashing with them. And again, it comes down to shooting percentage, not pace, because they are running a quicker pace, but it's not an alarming pace. In the Mavericks 8 seeding games, their pace was 100.81 possessions a game. Clippers 8 seeding games, 100.32 possessions a game. In the series, it's 103.07. Rob Greer in the house. Thank you, Jason Turgi. Oh, definitely drop your card in the chat, Jojo Rich. We'd love to hear what you're on. The Czar says, remember, Kawhi is the closest thing to Kobe and Jordan that we've seen. Kawhi will dominate this game. I just think that by dominating, he should be defending. And then if he doesn't go over 31.5, which he probably will, then doesn't that mean that Lou Williams and Paul George go over? Sean Moser says Clippers were out rebounded by 23. Rebound was close to even before that. Spencer Pennybaum's got Clippers first half -3.5. A Haley says Clippers early, Mavs late. Nate Shawhammer, the status for Bev is that we don't expect him in the lineup. Let me see if I can get one last look here. I'm fine if I only have Clippers first half, if that's the only bet I'm sitting on, I'm fine. I don't want to sit here and play God saying, watch this, Paul George because that's what's been hurting me in props, and that's what was winning during the season and hurting me badly in the playoffs is trying to pinpoint when the basketball player is going to turn it around. He's doubtful. He's not playing tonight. Torrey Coker took Paul George over in Clippers full game. I like it. There's In Opfa in the house. Great to see you in, my man. Dennis Garcia says Lou Will props have been clutch. I expect them to be clutch again today. And this total that opened up at 236, now sitting at 235.5. I would love to have the balls to take the under. But I need to make money. And the one bet that I'm the most confident on is the Clippers first half -3.5. Now, I know it's 4 now. Lillian Puminickel, I like the Clips first half because this Mavericks team late can just get rolling. McDonough out, says Elliot V. Wow, for the Lightning. Nate Shellhammer says full game under, first half over. Sean Moser said Clippers were 0-8 in the first half going to the last game. Clippers have not been good against spread the first half, but again, 4-0 against spread after a loss, full game in the bubble. Look, I think that the NBA's, to win money year after year in NBA, you have to be situational. And the situation says Clippers are going to come out hard. They're going to come out hard. We need to get Dutch Boy Fresh on the show to break down NBA. Dutch, let's connect today and figure out when you're good. Mr. Ghost says, in honor of Pistol Pete Loshak, Clippers. All right, I'm not going to add anything. I wish I had the balls to take the under. I don't. I'm going to take the first half -3.5. But the Clippers got to start playing D. And the pace is not that hot. God, do I have the balls to take the under here? Yeah, Big Creeker, we'll go over everything. Do I have the balls? Tony Manning said it's 234.5. Where's it in my book? I don't know if I have it. But the Clippers it's 234.5. Good call. They got to slow this pace down. Oh, thank you, Spenny. We got the details for the trade. Yeah, Boogie Lover says, why are you still focused on pandemic peas? Lonely and out of rhythm. Yeah, no, I'm happy to get off. Dennis Garcia leaning under. Same here. Is that fax gas? That's crazy. -400 for the series. All right, I'm just going to make this one bet. I'll leave it as a lean. First half -3.5 on the Clippers. I also lean to -2.5 first quarter. I'm not going to bet it, but I lean there. And then I lean towards the under. This pace isn't that fast. This has been a grueling series. I mean, this is a high total. I mean, this has been a tough series on them. When are the Clippers going to decide, let's slow it down? Big Creeker says Mavericks haven't played any defense. Okay, Boogie Love Q says Kawhi and Luka tonight. I would love. Look, if I was 7 units up in baseball like I started last week, I would make this bet here. Tony Manning says first half just went up to 4.5. Good. All right, I need to win. I must win. All right, that's it for me. First half -3.5. Okay. Sean Moses says Kawhi's going off tonight. By going off, defend Luka. I've got the Clippers to win the championship and very concerned.